Hey guys, this is Aster Phoenix back in the action, and today we are doing a deck profile on the season GX/Art Vibe on the Destiny Heroes from the Legendary Hero box. Now, I had to borrow this from one of my friends because me and her bought the deck box together. She got Destiny Heroes, I got the Nordics, and we split the Phantom Knights in half. But next week we'll be doing next week or week after we'll be doing a profile. I'll be doing a profile on them as well, so let's go for this. First we have Destiny Hero Plasma, which is from the GX. I've done it in order of GX, Art 5. I don't know if these ones are on Art 5 or not. I haven't seen the other season where we do meet Aster and everyone on Art 5, and honestly I don't want to. I'm not a big fan of the season. I don't think anyone is, so first we have Plasma. This card cannot be normal summoned or set. It has to be special summoned from your hand by tributing 3 monsters, so you can use this on other decks as well. Negate the effects of face-up monsters while your opponent controls them. Once per turn, you can target one monster your opponent controls, equip that monster to this card, max 1, and this card gains half of its original attack points while equipping it. So, practically if I, let's say, take Obelisk the Tormentor, this card's attack points will become 3900. Next we have Decubed, I think. Having 3 of them is really good. And what they do is this. If this card is normal summoned, it is treated as a Destiny Hero monster while face up on the field. So you can only use the effect of the following once. You can only use each of these following effects once per turn. So these 2 are the following effects. The first one, you can discard up to 2 cards, special summon Decubed from your hand, deck, and or graveyard equal to the number you discarded. Also, for the rest of the turn, you cannot normal summon or special summon monsters except Destiny Heroes. So that is a good combo to use with Plasma. Next we have Malicious. And I always found it weird that they always had 1 rare and 1 normal. I guess it's what they always do. Having 2 of these, alright. If you want 3 of them, it'll be good. The reason being, you can banish this card from your graveyard, special summon 1 Destiny Hero Malicious from your deck. So these would be good. So you could summon up to 2 of them in 1 turn if you could do it correctly. Next we have Destiny Hero Dogma. Cannot be normal summon a set like the other one. You have to tribute 3 monsters, special summon it. But this one has to have a Destiny Hero though. So you would need a few Destiny Heroes if you put this in a different deck. So once per turn, if you still control this card face up on the field during your opponent's standby phase, after you special summon it this way, half your opponent's life points. Next we have Discommander. Cannot be special summoned from your graveyard. This turn, if this card was sent to the graveyard, if this card is special summoned from the graveyard, you can draw 2 cards, and you can only activate the effect of this card once per duel. Next we have Diamond Dude. Once per turn, you can excavate the top card in your deck, and if it is a normal spell, send it to the graveyard, otherwise place it in the bottom of your deck. During the main phase though, if your next turn, you can activate the effect of that spell card in your graveyard, even if this card's not on the field. So let's say I fusion with it, I use the effect, then use it for a fusion material for something, then my opponent, and let's say I got rid of Monster Reborn or something, because that's a normal spell, that would work. I could special summon it. Next we have Dreadmaster. If this card is special summoned by Clock Tower Prison, which is the field spell, destroy all monsters you control except Destiny Hero monsters. Also, after that, you can special summon up to 2 Destiny Hero monsters from your graveyard after this card is special summoned. For the rest of the turn, Destiny hero monsters you control cannot be destroyed by card effects, and you take no battle damage when they battle. The attack and defense though of this card is equal to the number of combined original attack of all Destiny hero monsters on the field. So if I have 4 other Destiny heroes, that were really powerful, I could power this thing beyond over 5,000 points, depending on what I got. Next, we have the newest ones, Drill Dark. And this card, if this card is normal or special summoned, you can special summon 1 Destiny hero monster from your hand with attack less than or equal to this card's attack on the field. You can only use the effect of this once per turn. If it attacks a defense monster, it can inflict piercing damage. Next we have Celestial. When this card declares an attack, you can target 1 face-up spell your opponent controls, destroy it, and if you do, inflict 500 points to your opponent. While you have no cards in your hand except that the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card and add 1 Destiny hero monster from your graveyard and draw 2 cards. You can only use the effect of this once per turn. Next, we have Dread Servant. And I'm not saying Destiny hero because, they all say Destiny hero. If this card is normal summoned, place 1 clock counter on each clock tower prism. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can target 1 spell or trap card you control, destroy that target. Next, we have Dark Angel. If you have 3 or more Destiny hero monsters in your graveyard, you can discard this card, target 1 Destiny hero monster in your graveyard, special summon it to your opponent's field in defense position. When a spell card or effect you activate resolves and negates that effect, if you do not have an effect destroy that card during your standby phase, you can banish this card and add 1 Destiny hero monster in your graveyard. Each player choose 1 normal spell from their deck and place it on the top of their decks. So that and Diamond Dude would actually be decently comboed. Next we have Dynatag, I think it's called. I think that's the pronunciation. During damage calculation, so when damage happens to a player, when you would take battle damage, quick effect, you can discard this card, make yourself take no battle damage from that battle, and if you do, each player takes 1,000 damage. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target 1 Destiny hero monster you control. It gains 1,000 attack until the end of your opponent's next turn. So that would be that's a decent one. Next, Decider, and I haven't seen this card, so I don't know. Level 6 or higher monsters your opponent controls cannot target this card for attacks. You can only use each of the following effects of Destiny Hero Decider once per duel. If this card is normal or special summon, you can add 1 hero monster from your graveyard to your hand during the end of your turn. When this card or effect is activated, when a card or effect is activated that would inflict damage to you, while this card is in your graveyard, quick effect, return this card to your hand, and if you do, make the effect of the damage 0. So most of these monsters are actually quite good, and we're down to 3 monsters now, so that's good. Next we have Dreamer. During damage calculation, if your Destiny Hero monster battles and this card is in your graveyard, you can special summon this card, and if you do, your monster cannot be destroyed by that battle. Also, you take no battle damage from the battle. If summoned this way, banish this card, and when it leaves the field... Yeah, so banish it when it leaves the field. You can only use the effect of this though once per turn. So these heroes are actually quite decent. I never got to fully read the deck when my friend bought it. Elemental Hero Shadow Mist. If this card is special summoned, you can add 1 change quick spell. Add 1 change or quick play spell card from your deck to your hand. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add 1 hero monster from your deck to your hand except Elemental Hero Shadow Mist. And you can only activate the effect of this once per turn and only once that turn. Next we have Elemental Hero Blazeman. So we have an Elemental Hero here. If this card is normal or special summon, you can add 1 polymerization from your deck to your hand. During your main phase, you can activate this effect. You cannot special summon monsters for this turn except fusion monsters. Also send 1 Elemental Hero monster in your deck to the graveyard except Elemental Hero Blazeman. And if you do, this card attribute in tech becomes the same for that monster in the graveyard. You can only use the effect of this once per turn and only once that turn. Now we're up to our spell cards. 1 normal and 1 special. Destiny draw. Discard 1 Destiny Hero monster to draw 1 card. I think she said that she accidentally left 1. I don't know if it's the Monster Reborn or if it's that Elemental Hero she left in. Because I didn't get to read the cards. But she did have a check for me. So I don't know if there are... Well, there's 41 cards in this deck, so one of them's an excess card. So next we have 2. I'm putting it there so you know. Over Destiny. Target 1 Destiny Hero monster in your graveyard. Special summon 1 Destiny Hero monster from your deck whose level is less than or equal to half of that target's level, but destroy it during the end of this turn. So you'd have to make sure you'd use the monster carefully. We have 2, and these are normals. I'm surprised this isn't a rare one. Mask Chain, which is a quick spell, sorry, not a... Nice way of saying it. Target 1 hero monster you control, send it to the graveyard. Also, after that, it left the field by this effect, special summon 1 masked hero monster from your extra deck with the same attribute as that sent monster had when it leaves the field. Its original attribute if face down. 2 polymerizations, and if you don't know what these do, you're not. You're a noob. Terraform, adding a field spell from your deck to your hand. Let me just clean this up actually. Don't feel. There we go. Next we have the field spell, 2 field spells next. Clock Tower Prison. And this was used in the GX season. Once per turn during your opponent's standby phase, place 1 clock counter on this card. While there are 4 or more clock counters on this card, and if you do not take any battle damage. If this card with 4 or more clock counters is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, special summon Destiny or Dread Master from your hand or deck. Next, another one, Dark City. When a Destiny Hero monster attacks, if its attack is lower than the attack of the attack target, the attacking monster gains 1,000 attack during the damage step only. So this is Skyscraper, but just for Destiny Heroes. Magical Stone Excavation. So you discard 2 cards, add a spell card from your graveyard to your hand. Dark Hole destroys all monsters on the field. A Feather of a Phoenix. And I like how we added that one in because Aster Phoenix. Discard 1 card, then target 1 card in your graveyard, return that target to the top of your deck. So you could use that with Diamond Dude as well. So most of these decks are built. So this deck is built for combos. Monster Reborn. Again, don't know what that does. You're a noob. Now up to traps. Eternal Dread. Place 2 clock counters on each Clock Tower Prison. So if you have 2 of these, you could have 4 already, which would help. D-Tam. I like it. And this is a favourite way to say it. And I actually like this card because of what it's called and what the picture is. When a face-up elemental hero monster you control leaves the field, add 1 Destiny Hero monster from your deck to your hand whose level is less than or equal to the elemental hero monster's original level. So you could add elemental heroes to that deck like Aster did. He had elemental heroes put in his deck. He had Avion, Bestinatrix, Shockman, Clayman, all the originals like Jaden did. But he had Destiny heroes unlike Jaden. Destiny Signal. Like Hero Signal, when a monster you control is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, special summon 1 level 4 or lower Destiny Hero monster from your hand or deck. So again, like Hero Signal. Next we have Defusion. Fusion summon one fusion monster from your extract using monsters you control as fusion materials, and if you do, it cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects this turn. Only Destiny Hero monsters can be used as fusion materials for a fusion summoning of this using this card's effect. So again, this deck is fusion based, but they have got new link supports which I'll show. So first, we have the fusions, Destiny End Dragoon, Destiny Hero Plasma and Destiny Hero Dogma. So a fusion summon of this card can only be done with the above materials. Once per turn, you can target one monster your opponent controls, destroy that target, and if it was face up, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the attack it had on the field. You cannot conduct your battle phase the turn you activate this effect. Once per turn during your standby phase, if this card is in your graveyard, you can banish one Destiny Hero in your graveyard, special summon this card. So again, a good card. Next, Elemental Hero Dusktopia. One Destiny Hero Fusion monster and one Destiny Hero monster. So if this card is fusion summoned, you can fusion summon one fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters in your hand or field as fusion materials. Once per turn, quick effect, you can target one monster on the field, make it unable to be destroyed by battle or card effects, and if you do, neither player takes any battle damage from attacks involving that monster. These effects last until the end of this turn. Next we have Dystopia. 2 Destiny Hero monsters. If this card is special summoned, you can target one level 4 or lower Destiny Hero monster in your graveyard, inflict damage to your opponent equal to that target's attack, and if this card's current attack is different from its original attack, except during the damage step, quick effect, you can target one card in your field, destroy it, and if you do, this card attack becomes equal to the original attack of this card's original attack. You can only use the effect of this though once per turn. And we have 2 of those. Next, we have this Dangerous, I think it's pronounced, and its effect needs a Destiny Hero monster and Dark Effect monster, so again, Destiny Heroes would be better. Quick effect, you can discard one card, send one Destiny Hero monster from your hand or deck to the graveyard, and if you do, Destiny Hero monsters you control gain 200 attack for each Destiny Hero monster in your graveyard until the end of this turn, and you can only activate this effect once per turn. Next we have Dark Law. Must be special summoned by Mask Change. Any card sent to your opponent's graveyard is banished instead. Once per turn, if your opponent adds a card or cards from their deck to their hand, except during the draw phase or damage step, you can banish one random card in your opponent's hand. So, not bad. So if your opponent only drew that one card, you could get rid of it. Next we have Ankai, I think it is, or Anka. Must be fusion from Mask Change. If this card this card can attack directly, but when it does, so using this effect, the battle damage inflicted to your opponent is half, so they'd only take 1400. When this card is destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you can add one change quick spell card from your deck to your hand once per. You can only use the effect of this law once per turn. And we have another Dusktopia, which I didn't say. Now we're up to our links. Extra Hero Wonder Driver. I like how it's called Extra Hero, so you could still use this on other hero monsters, like it says, 2 hero monsters, rank 2. If a hero monster is normal or special summoned to your opponent to your zone, this card points to target one polymerization spell card, one fusion spell card, or one change quick play spell card in your graveyard. Set that target. You can only activate the effect of extra wonder once per turn if this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, or if this card is in your possession was destroyed by an opponent's card effect and sent to the graveyard. Special summon one hero monster from your hand. So these links are pretty much good for any heroes. Elemental heroes, Masked heroes, and Destiny heroes, so that's good. Next we have extra hero, Dread Decimator. 2 hero monsters, and it's a free, so you could use that and this, probably. This card also, any hero monsters it points to gains 100 attack for each hero monster with different names in your graveyard. If this card attacks a defense position monster, it can inflict piercing battle damage. That's it. That's the whole profile. The deck's not actually that bad. We tested it before. I used the Nordics and she used the Destiny heroes. I have beat her and she beat me, so it's pretty much a stalemate. But you have to make sure you draw your art cards and you have a lucky hand draw. Some of those I can see would be... Some of those cards would though be really useful on other decks as well, like the Plasma. But again, that's my opinion. The one problem I can see them having, is again removing from play. They don't have that many negation effects, and most of your meta decks who are tournament based are using cancel decks so they're finding new ways to stop you from using any effects, which is not bad. But you've got to find a way to stop them. So that's it for this deck profile. Sometime we'll be doing the Phantom Knights. Comment down below what other decks I should do. And if we hit 1 more subscriber, since we have 19 subscribers now, I will do a full deck profile, if possible, on Yusei Fudo's entire 5Ds deck of cards that are available today. Up to 60, because I can see that math being up to 60 cards. So until then, this is Sergeant Phoenix, over and out.